My phone usage was like at 17 hours a day. I had like 2 hours or something like that where I wasn't on my phone in a day. And that was probably to use the bathroom and shower and eat. And even then, it started as like a small habit, and then it was my whole life. My name is Yunoya Saunders, and I am an artist/performer. I just wanted my own group. I think I just wanted to know I belonged and had a space for myself. 8 to 9 years old is when I first started like really using the internet. Social media wise, probably about 10 to 11. What kept me was that I was very introverted, I was very shy, I didn't really have any friends growing up. So the ability to easily contact people and converse with people was very appealing to me. I didn't feel like I was worth being around other people and wasting their time. That's how I'd sometimes feel when I'd hang out with people in person. So I felt like the only time that maybe I wasn't a bother to people was if I was just in my own world on my device. I started chatting to someone on Instagram first. And we kind of just got along. I mean, I was answering whoever messaged me at the time. I didn't really care who it was. I just wanted to talk to people. I'd have to say they were probably in between their mid to late 40s to like mid 50s. So quite old, especially to my age at the time.
How old were you?
I was about 12 or 13 when this took place. I was already alone. So it's not that they had to isolate me. I was already isolated. I isolated myself. That's my fault. And very quickly it went from being like just kind of weird because they're much older than me talking to me to this dude's a creep. They just would say a lot of like, not things that they could fully get in trouble for, but stuff that borderlined the thin line between they're like chill and they're like horrible and you need to run away. So it was very confusing for me at the time because I didn't know what to do. I kind of just ignored the feeling, which obviously looking back on I should not have done. I should have just trusted my gut. But they found where I lived. They kind of, through my name, could get other information. I also, unfortunately, had a Facebook at a very young age. All my information was on there. My family's information was on there. So through that, it's kind of like they knew everything about me. I didn't know anything about them. And they would start asking for things like explicit images, explicit photos, and things like that. And I felt like I had to comply. And I was scared to tell anybody, reach out to anybody. I always knew it was wrong and I should have just stopped and blocked them. But the fact that then I wouldn't have anybody to talk to again scared me, and I'd rather go through something bad and have someone to talk to than lose absolutely everything. So I felt like, oh wow, like this is my only friend. If I lose them, who do I have? I'm just gonna go back to square one. Sometimes I still, like low-key, will get scared about it because it's kind of like, what if that person like still has all this stuff about me? Everyone posts their best sides of themselves on social media, me included, and it seemed like they had everything together. They had all these friends, they had all these trips they'd go on, they had the perfect body, the perfect face, the perfect hair. It was just a lot of comparison, and at the time, comparison for me was just not a good thing. It kind of made me feel insecure. I'm short, even shorter than. I am ghostly pale, even worse than. And more so than that, I'm petite. Like, I don't weigh anything. So I don't have any mass to me, and that's what people liked, is how I kind of saw everything, because that's the post I'd see. And so I wanted all these things. I mean, even at a young age, I was already looking into like, oh, do I need plastic surgery? Do I need to get this done? I joined a Discord server one time that was based around plastic surgery and sent photos of myself into it asking, what do I need to change about myself? I'm ugly. And so I very much grew up with the mindset of, I have to be like the ugliest person on the planet. I was like, okay, like, I'm like actually gonna be an adult soon, and I need to like have a life, because I knew that it's already hard enough sometimes as a kid to make friends. It's even harder when you're a teen trying to make new friends. But as an adult, everybody already has their established friend group. I needed something, someone that I could turn to, even if it was just for the sake of what if an emergency happened. And I think college in general and school, having to be in that environment where you're forced to talk to people, you're forced to be around people, really helped me to come into my own and talk to people. And due to the fact that I was majoring in dance and it was a passion of mine, I knew everybody around me shared that passion. The thing that really kind of clicked and changed for me was when I decided, I don't need to be liked by people. Everybody's not going to like me, that's just a fact. But there's millions and millions of people in the world. There's gonna be at least one person that will like me for exactly who I am. And I think that thought kind of really pushed me to find that person and those people. Just because something's uncomfortable doesn't mean it's a bad thing for you. If you always stay in the comfort of your own little bubble and what you're comfortable with, you're never going to experience anything new. You're never going to grow. You're never going to find what it is that you're truly passionate about, what you want to do in life. And so you really need to put yourself outside of your comfort zone. I think I taught myself that I'm much more capable than I thought I was. Part of that is because I'm stubborn, but part of that is definitely just the determination I've grown and developed.